Alright. Hello boys and girls. I'm not looking forward to this one. Today we're gonna talk about another RGK I made a while ago, which recently basically it adapted to the new lawn or LOD gem and became a tad bit stronger. If you guys are bored with my Thorn RGK, this is something you might consider trying. Although it is gonna warn you, this is not easy to play by no standard. This is probably the most technical build ever. It needs ridiculous precision, and well, it pays quite well as well. It is by far the hardest hitting ability in the game. Bonus Spirit. Well, I'm gonna first explain how the build works and then try to sort of demonstrate how you could actually use the build, and I leave the rest to you, that how you want to basically use the components of this build to make it work. So basically the build is Bonus Spirit. If you look at the weapon damage on it, you realize that it is 4,000 bunkers, 4,000% weapon damage on impact. It works on a basically recharge, cooldown sort of mechanic, just like Barbarian charge. So basically it has a 15-second cooldown. When you shoot a Bonus Spirit, as you can see, it goes basically on a based on your cooldown, obviously. It goes on a recharge, and you can keep up to 3 charges. If you use the rune Poltergeist, you can use up to 4 charges. For the purpose of our build, we'll be using Position because it uses health, and I explain why. First, let's explain the build multipliers. Basically, you have Bonus Spirit, 4,000% weapon damage. It's 3 times as Corpse Lance. Corpse Lance is 1750. It's less than 3 times, but still, it's ridiculous. You have Defiler Cases. This single multiplier, basically these pair of pants, give you 500% increased multiplier damage for each second these Bonus Spirits are active before they reach their target. For instance, when I shoot this, it gets 500, 1000, 1500. For each second, it gains 500, all the way to 15,000, which is exactly 30 seconds. How far does it travel during that 30 seconds? It's 15 yards per second, which means 450 yards, which is, in terms of like distance, each blood rush is exactly 50 yards maximum, right? So it is 9 blood rushes. Basically 8 blood rush goes to 400, and 9 blood rush reaches up to 450. The other multipliers are so similar to Corpse Lance. Basically, if you think of this one as the shoulder piece, for shoulder piece is 600, for this is 15,000, just to give you a little bit of comparison. The rest of the other multipliers are pretty much the same. You're using Trag'Oul Corroded Fang, using Reliana Shadowhook for double essence in combination with Simulacrum. You'll be using Crispin, Convention of Elements, and The Stone of Jordan, obviously, because there's no other ring that Necro can use and benefit from perfectly. New addition, we'll be using Squirt's Necklace. So how does this build works? Basically, in practice, you want to one-shot the boss. You want to stack as much streak as possible. To go 450 yards away, shoot, wait 30 seconds for these to reach the boss, and they one-shot the boss. But you'd be thinking that that is a very long time and investments to do one shot. You will one-shot. That's exactly what it does. You'll one-shot the boss. There's no second shot. If you do everything correctly, if everything goes according to plan, you'll one-hit the boss. For just basically an idea, for me, with like obviously high Paragon, I can one-shot a 150 boss in about 1 minute 40 seconds with no pylon. Up to 2 minutes. So obviously the lower the Paragon, you'll be investing more time into the stricken, but not as much. Remember, intellect, which Paragon is just one of your multipliers. All of these you can acquire and they all add to your damage. We'll be using, as I said, possession. Why? We want to use health. When we're shooting, we're not even using devour, cannibalize. We're using satiated. So we don't gain any health. Because we want to, when we finish shooting, basically, as you guys can see, when I'm shooting, I'm consuming health. We want to go as low as possible. Use our simulacrum to even go lower, and we have blood rush with lowest maximum health costs. We want to be as low as possible, almost 2% health when they hit the boss, because we're wearing Shimizu Hori. This doesn't come in effect at all during the rift, but during the shot when we're 450 yards, which is 9 screens away from the boss we're shooting, we're absolutely safe. There's nothing on the screen because there's only a Rift Guardian, which is 9 screens away. So there's no way you even take damage. So we're gonna use this to the maximum benefit. Because you're not taking damage, it synergizes perfectly with the Squirt Necklace. It's always up when you're shooting. So and the bonus spirit health cost, as you can see, does not affect the squirt. It's still up. And Shimizu Hori, obviously, when your health drops below 25%, this crit goes 100. I'll show you by just going below 25% health, 100% crit. So you don't need any crit on your gear. It's quite annoying to keep your health low, but you realize how easy it is during the boss. The only problem is you have to drop both your life per hit and life regen. So during the rift, you don't regen life. You regen life because you have a base regen from just the barbarian. You see, it's 0 here, but the barbarian gives you a 3% of your maximum health per second. So basically, you get about 30-40k life regen anyway from the barbarian. You cannot do anything about that. It's pretty much necessary for himself and the wizard, which is not bad actually. You need that little bit, but not more than that. We're removing life per hit because the moment these hit the boss, your life goes up, so you don't want it to go up that much. Not to mention, Grim Scythe puts curse on the boss, all 3 of them, and one of your curse actually heals you for 2% of your health, total health per hit. On a full shot, you do 22 to 23 of these. Let's say 25. 2% of that would be 50. So if you drop your health to pretty much 0, when they hit the boss, essentially they're gonna heal you back up. That's why we're using this blood rush. So I'll explain how I shoot, and we dropped our health the moment they hit with this blood rush to be below 25% health. Oh, I hate explaining this because it's pretty hard to basically imagine, but I'll leave some clips of me killing the boss so you guys can see what I mean. We're using let me explain the rest of the gear. So, physical, right? As an RGK, you usually want to use Nemesis braces so the Barb can use the strong arms. We're using physical, and Dario Visage, physical. We don't need the crit, remember, so there's perfect physical attack speed. And the Son of Jordan, physical, we don't need crit, so 50% crit damage, boom, perfect. Crispin Sentence, we need attack speed. We want to stack as much stricken as possible and then go and shoot, so attack speed is really good. Cooldown, not so much, we're just shooting once. We need a little bit of cooldown, just because this is cooldown based, and I explain to you why. Because we are resetting the cooldown of Bonus Spirit by using a combination of Land and Devour. How does that reset this? As you can see, it says in the explanation, the recharge time is reduced by 1 second for each corpse you consume. When you pop Land, you can use all your corpse skill at will, meaning without any need for the corpse. So we pop Land at the dead. Every time we devour, which is every half a second, we consume 10 corpses. So every second we consume 20 corpses. That means every second we reduce this by a full rotation. But if we have almost 2 attack speed, we can't shoot if we don't reduce it by if we don't basically get 30 corpse. So I want to reduce the cooldown of this from 15 to almost 8, 9, because we are reducing it by 20 sort of seconds. So if it is 9, it's less than 20, so we can shoot perfectly. That's why we're only using 2-piece cooldown. Only need on shoulders and on gloves, and that's fine. Which our gloves only need crit damage and attack, so we don't need crit anyway. And with the gem in the helm, that gives us 33% crit, sorry, 33% cooldown, which is perfect for this build. Whew. Alright. We're using the passives, obviously. Overwhelming Essence, we're using Simulacrum. It is a necessity. It basically gives us 80 Essence after Simulacrum, which is, what, 40% damage? Wow, 40% damage added to whatever the shadow it gives us. Eternal Torment, necessary because we because after stacking Stricken, we're going 9 screens away. If we don't have this, our curse drops, therefore our Tragul Crowded Fang doesn't do any damage. We will be using Serration. It gives us a 20% multiplier damage to Bonus Spirit. And finally, I would love to use Swift Harvesting for more Stricken stack, but you need to use Standalone. You need to be tanky. Our survivability depends on this. If we go Standalone, doubles our armor to almost 20k. If I use armor gems, actually this goes above 20k. And with the Stone Gauntlet, this multiplies this. This is really important because the Standalone adds to our base armor. This multiplies this 250% of this, which brings us to another 30k armor. We go to 50k armor. It's ridiculous amount of armor for an intellect class. It gives us so much tankiness alongside our friend Aquila here, because we don't use any essence, that I could practically drop my belt. I'm only running like 1,000,000 health and I was surviving pretty easy. So I was like, I don't need this Dainty's Binding. I can just use Witching Hour. So these are all items. The offhand really doesn't matter as long as it has Essence, Bonus Spirit, Elite Damage. You're good. You can have cooldown if you want more cooldown for some reason. The gems we're using is Legacy of the Dreams, a must for any lawn build. Bane of the Stricken, again another staple of RGK. And then we're going to be using Zeid's Stone of Vengeance. It's the biggest multiplier gem we can use, 80%. It's bigger than Trapped, so we'll be using that. We're all obviously more than 50 yards away. Okay, let me give you an example of first how to shoot, how to target, and how to land these bonus spirits during your physical convention, because we have convention, right? So first thing, how basically do you shoot? I call this Archival Zoltan Cool my testing round. This is where oh, I gotta credit a friend of mine, XHunter, helped me make this build years ago. I use this testing ground for let me go and go to the other side so you guys can see. I need to reveal this. There you go. God damn it. And I'm gonna put my region in for now, because I don't have a barb here. Alright. So you guys can see there's a straight line. So I can shoot. First let me shoot just one set so you guys can see what do I mean by shooting. So I use Land of the Dead, I use my left click, and I keep pressing right click. This is how I shoot. You guys can see the bonus spirits, and you guys can see my COE. So right here they're gonna be hitting physical. So if I hit the boss at this point, they're gonna hit through physical. Now, how do you time these to hit exactly in physical, and how do you even target? Targeting part is a hard part. Hitting in physical is the easy part, because they move the exact same speed every single time, and they move straight, and they go through every single obstacle regardless of what it is. Even like you guys see this hole, and like this side, watch, they go through everything. I shoot it like that, they go through everything. Even if it is up the stairs, down the stairs, look at this, down the stairs, they go down the stairs, they go through walls, they go through everything. So they always go straight. So it's not hard to basically land them in physical. I'll explain how. The hard part is targeting. How do you target a boss 90 screens away? So first of all, this is exactly 9 screens. Let's make it here. Alright. Right here, like this thing, I should have flagged a little bit further. This is the boss. 9 screens is exactly me jumping 9 times. Right? I'm not gonna jump, you guys can do that yourself. After a while you get the hang of how long it is. Believe it or not, with XHunter, first we cut down a straw to measure it on the screen, and then we finally figured out that it's a lot easier to do this testing run and get how to use it. Basically, from this point to where I flagged, which was above the waypoint, is exactly 450 yards, which is 9 blood rushes. Okay, how do you target? Okay, here comes the secret sauce. Every map in this game is on a 45-degree angle. Every map. I mean every map. Let's go on a bizarre map. Well, let's go on like normal maps first. Let's go Pandemonium. They're all on a 45-degree angle. So you guys can see the map, right? I gotta kill everything, don't I? Stone Gauntlet. I should take him off at the moment because there's no Barbarian, no IP. Look at this. Look at it. On a 45-degree angle. What about the other one? The other lane? Same thing. 45-degree angle from this corner to the other. Every map. Battlefield. Festering Woods. Shrouded Moors. desert, keep step, Corvus, doesn't matter. They're all on a 45-degree angle. I'm not gonna go through every single map. I'm just wait a second. Oh, what? How didn't I see that? I was trying to go to keeps. It's not a good map to shoot. You'll see why when I start shooting. But again, this map, look at this. They're on a 40. What I mean is the lanes that are designed are on a 45-degree angle. You see, like, I'm gonna go down. Look at all these doors and corridors straight through the door. You see, it's on a 45-degree angle. Same with the other lanes that way. So they're always on that angle, right? How does that help us? Well, that helped me realize that the only way I can shoot is as if I target 45-degree angle instead of targeting the boss. Then I could easily shoot straight, no matter where the boss was. These suckers, they are heat-seeking missile as well. The moment they reach a target within their 10-yard radius, I think it's 10, I don't think it's bigger, they immediately lock to the target, turn around, and hit their target. So, for example, for this direction, I realize, you'll see what I mean when you try it. I realize when I target to the left of my mini-map, right up here, I can easily shoot with no problem. And for 450 yards away, I was shooting, if I shoot in basically, like, let's say this direction, if I shoot at the start of my cold, after 450 yards away, they will land at the start of my physical. If I shoot middle of my cold, they land middle of my physical. So you guys remember we flagged here above the waypoint. Now I'm gonna shoot in the middle of my cold from just this direction, and we'll see when they're gonna land and where they're gonna land. As I said, I move my mouse up here. I actually screwed that up a little bit, but yeah. And what I'm doing, alright, so what I did, I shouldn't have shot that. What I did, I just moved my mouse up there and hold my left click, which was generator, and tap right click. As you guys can see, cold, physical. Here is where I press my sim and they reach the boss, and this is where the barbarian stuns the boss for crisp sentence. You guys saw exactly in the middle of my physical, they all reached here, which was our point of impact. What happens after this point? The very first one which you shot reaches its maximum lifespan and despawns. We're gonna do the same thing from like the other side, just to show you what do I mean. Just take a look at this. I shot it a little bit on an angle, which is my bad, but it will reach its destination just with a little bit of a... I should have started here. But anyway, you guys can see after 450 yards it will despawn. How much damage it does? It should despawn right here. 3, 2, boom, right on the spot. So basically what do I do? I'll do another shot. What do I do? I'll start in a corner, I shoot, and then I'll wait till they reach where I want them to reach, which is right on the... I forgot. I forgot to pop my land, that was my bad. But if you do it correctly, if you don't do what I did, don't do what I did, do what I tell you, do what I say. If you do it correctly, you can see that they're very stacked up. And like right here, I know they're gonna reach here. I pop my sim, I drop to low health, and I spam my jump. Look at that, physical, they're all gonna hit the boss. Why there's still extras? Because I'm moving and shooting, so the latter ones are the ones that I shot later. So I'm shooting them all in a sequence. During that 10 second of land, I can shoot almost 2 per second because of my attack speed. Like it's almost 1.82, and I already have 3 extra charge, so it would be about a little bit less than 2 per second. So I'm gonna shoot 18, 19, and then 3 extra, which already have the charge for them, 22. Usually shoot between 22 to 23. That really doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you start with one at maximum range, which is 450 yards. And at 450 yards, it's middle of your cold becomes middle of your physical. There goes how you manage the bonus spirits landing exactly in the cycle you desire. How to target, as I told you, it's 450 yards. Sorry, it is 45 degree angle, so it is basically where you locate your mouse on the screen rather than trying, oh, where the boss is, let me... Like for me, right here, left of my minimap, just does the trick. The damage is surprisingly stupidly high. Like, you don't expect it. You just demolish a boss. Like, it explodes from 100% to 0. Put it into perspective. With 100% crit, you have a 100% multiplier here, 15,000 multiplier here. You have Tragul Crowded Fangs, so 15, that would become 30k. This makes it 90k. This gives you another 300 and how much essence do we have? 348, so almost 348%. 225k. Like, you guys can see the multipliers keep going up, right? Then you have your physical, you have Stone, you have the 10k, 9750 of Lawn, you have Stricken. You'll be hitting with like maybe 100 Stricken. You'll be hitting north of a quadrillion. Sorry. North of 100,000 trillion. So just from like percentage base, your bonus spirits gonna hit about 10% of a 150 Rift Guardian, each of them. While the first ones are gonna hit harder, and the latter one's gonna hit a little bit less damage just because you're moving. You're cutting their distance short, but you have to do so in order to stack all of them up to land in one cycle of your convention of elements. Well, as I said, this is not the easiest build. It is very technical, but if you're bored with my thorns, try this. It's fun, and you'll enjoy watching the boss explodes in one hit. I'll leave some clips that I recorded recently, yesterday and 2 days ago on the stream, just to give you guys an idea of how it looks when a boss... Well, most of the time I don't even see it when the boss dies, because by the time I get to it, it's already dead. Sometimes I actually get the glimpse of it. I can catch up to the boss and stand there and watch him die. Well, from afar, because I'm sitting on like 1% health and I want to keep my Zeiss. But you can see the health just evaporates. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please leave a comment down below for me so I know if you guys enjoy you know, extreme builds like this. I'll have more up my sleeve. I have some Crusader builds. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Do we want to let him spawn and take him to the top right corner? Or...
when you come back down here.
Or you just want to keep stunning him.
Yeah. Just,
Alright.
That's so risky.
Alright. Remember, when I go up there, he tries to teleport to me, so you have to stop.
I'll stop that too.
Alright. And if you don't move, when he... Actually, you have to stop him. But when you stop him, if you come back, he teleports back to you. Actually, we don't want him to do that. Holy shit. Nice.
This is awesome.
Alright. Let me know when I have 150. I really need Swift Harvesting. I need to stack faster.
Don't need to stay for me. Man, you need to get black hole. For what?
For 1%. 1%.
I'm wearing APD.
Alright.
You wearing APD?
Alright, I'm going.
Oh.
I'm going. Just stop his ass. Shooting, dude. I went perfect time on that. Alright, 4, 3, 2, 1. Physical. One shot. Yes.
He attempted to teleport to you. You said no?
Damn.
Could you wait?
There you go, it's coming. Alright. Piece of shit, dude. Alright. They're coming. I got 22 coming in.
Oh no.
3, 2, 1. Physical. One shot. There's actually 5 left. I have. Make sure she doesn't move. I'm staying to the left. Because that's my max range right there. In before she moves downstairs. Oh my god! Oh, I knew it. Like, Bishop's like, I know what you guys are planning for me. I know what you have in the store. I ain't standing here. Alright, how many? 21. Alright. Let's hope there's no zombie at the zombie pit. Oh, we have the speed, I forgot.
It's bad for you, right?
Well, bad for me, not for stacking Stricken though. I assume she's there, and I'm shooting based on that. Alright, they're coming. Chunk of them coming straight. I wanna come close to watch. Sim? No, 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 bitch, bitch, move back. Bitch, move back.
Nice. Okay, we're good. Perfect.
Dead.
Dude, nice time.
Boom!
Dude, she started going to.
I saw that, she went here.
So, yes, yeah.
Is this the guy who fucking dodged my fucking shot? Yeah, that's the one.
On the. Second format.
If he's moving, just stun his ass, dude. Okay, Della, nice one.
That was right on cue too.
How many stacks? What? This.
Yeah, 20 numbers.
Sakura, thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. I guess I have enough, right? I don't know.
It feels slower.
It feels a lot slower. I don't think I have more than that.
I'm sure.
Fuck that. I'm going to shoot. I'm pretty sure that's more than that. I'm shooting already based on where he is, so I hope he's walking back. Alright. Sim is up. I'm here. Physical in 2, 1. Physical?
Okay.
Yeah. That thing was wrong. I'm pretty sure. Cause look at that. I still have extra. And it dropped him to 0 instead of 15. I have a perfect shot from topside, so here is perfect. The moment we spawn, take the speed, by the way. Take the speed, take the speed. Perfect, perfect. As long as it doesn't move.
Oh, it was finally. My fucking god.
Oh my god, he's still moving.
I'm trying to find a new way where the sun's shining down on my face. I'm running away. You're in a time.
I think after the speed I go, I think that's enough, right?
I see 70.
Yeah, I still have like
Something off with our.
I still have another 15 seconds.
The three of us
I see 100.
What do you see?
125, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30.
I go 140 just to be sure. Alright, going. I made it there. Hopefully, can you move him like to the middle of the lane? That would be perfect.
He's right opposite there now.
Alright, shooting. Alright, I shot. They're coming. Oh, a little bit to the left if you can move. They're coming straight. I think they're gonna hit anyway. Sim is up. Everything is up. And I'm dropping my health drastically physical now.
Oh, perfect.
Made it!
Oh, wow.
Put it on the leaderboard.